Well, welcome back, guys. Just bumbling into each other as usual. We are now in Covadonga, and we got down here last night, parked in P4 car park, which is about 200-300 metres away from the little village of Covadonga. And Nicola had a conference call this morning, which was a little bit stressful. I then had to go search for her to find out where she was having her call.
I'd had to run up the hill and right up to the basilica at the highest point.
Yeah.
And even then it kept dropping out.
So we got down here last night and went and visited the Covadonga, a couple of the sites that you can do down here in Covadonga. A lot of people obviously stay in Cangas de Onís and get the bus down through from there. But we stayed down here, visited Covadonga, went back, had I guess it's going to be called first lunch because we've also got lunch packed away. And now we're going to take the bus actually down to the start of the walk where you visit the lakes of Covadonga. Now, as always, we're not quite sure what we're paying for here, whether we're paying for just an out and back cheaper ticket or most likely paying for what they call the hop on hop off. We don't really want to hop off, we just want to get down to the lakes, but we think it's going to be...
I think it's a one price whatever you do.
Which is...
€9 each.
Which is quite expensive, but hey. So, Owen...
You can, if you get in before the road closes, you can take your own car or van down. There are some large car parks down by the lakes, but you have to be in before 8:30. It's a bit of a gnarly road apparently. So when you're coming back out later in the day, it can only be one car width. So just be aware of that if you're travelling back down when the buses are coming up.
But of course we might drive down there in the bus and realise we could go down there and save ourselves €15 or more. But anyway, we shall go and find out. Oh, and the car park we stayed in, not allowed to stay here, but we stayed with a lot of other vans.
And it was fine.
It was fine. So that allowed us to do a little bit of Covadonga this morning and now the lakes this afternoon. So let's go Lagos. Lagos? Mm-hmm. Lagos. So how was that?
I'm not sure I can get on that bus and go back down. It was terrifying, absolutely terrifying.
That was a bit of a crazy bus journey.
And we've come up here, and the first time we haven't bought cardigan or rain mac, and it's freezing in the fog.
Well, I'm just going to say, Nicola, what did I say to you? Everyone told me get to the lakes on a clear day.
It was sunny down at where we'd set off.
But it's up high. I hate being right.
I'm walking back. I can't do that. I can't do it.
Well, given the fact that you've brought us up to lakes we're not going to be able to see, I think your penance will be to walk back. And what was the last thing I took out of my bag?
My fleece, rain jacket. I know.
Mm-hmm. How's the views for you?
So disappointed. So disappointed.
Yeah. I mean, when we had our views kind of obscured on the Fuente Day, you know, it was hike and things were still coming through and whatever, but this is literally, as you've just seen, the view onto absolutely nothing.
And I feel responsible because Nigel wanted to delay a few days. I was like, no, that'd be fine. Look, it's clearing, it's blue skies. Never had a thought, to be honest, I didn't realise how high we were coming up.
It was a pretty interesting bus journey, I must admit. But we'll get her back down again, one way or another. And she was like, I want to walk down. It's like 13k or something. Right, we shall wander on and see nothing.
Feel it in my bones, I can feel it in my veins. Hands in the sky, I can feel the winds of change.
We're going into the mines. Maybe the visibility will be better there.
It's so funny.
You live and you learn, and I hope I've seen enough to make something right, and make up for what I've lost. I was down, but things are looking up. I wanna get high.
Very quickly. What's quite funny is in the tunnel to my right, your left, it's pitch black, and there are people still pulling duck face, even though you can't see them. And Nicola wants to punish them. We won't say who.
Not the duck faces. As tempting as that may be for some people.
Right. But you see, Duckface has got nothing on Kay's catalogue man. See what I mean? Kay's catalogue man. I'll do all that, haven't I?
Caught by surprise by you. Want you to make my heart feel as much as I know it should. I wanna get high on you. Caught by surprise by you. Want you to make my heart feel as much as I know it should.
We haven't seen any happy cows, but we've seen plenty of happy cow pats.
And we can hear the happy cows, but they're so shrouded by the fog. We don't know where they are.
Atmospheric. But we have reached the first lake, Lake
Ursina.
Ursina.
And actually, it does look quite nice in the misty conditions.
Reminds me of Scotland, actually. So
It's about the same temperature at the moment.
it is, yes. But it's I'm sure the lakes, I'm sure the views are absolutely beautiful. This really is Dodge the cow pat. I'm going to put you away before you hear a big squelch. Oh, I thought we'd sit down in the wonderful Merc and have some lunch, a bit of pasta and pesto. And we were quite worried that the butter we were going to bring up was going to melt.
Now it might be too hard.
Too hard to actually spread. So we're going to enjoy some pasta, some bread, and take in the wonderful, wonderful views.
It is atmospheric by the lake.
We keep trying to convince ourselves that it's atmospheric. What lake? Pasta time. Can I just say something? I love pasta. There, I've said it. And weather update. We did hear, well, it was either a cow or a foghorn going off. But it looks like things are clearing somewhat.
Just a little bit. It's the first time the lake hasn't been shrouded in mist. So
Although you did ask me to look straight up, and I almost choked on a bit of bread, so it was almost...
There was like one little patch of blue sky, and I'm like, look! But that's gone now at the moment.
But it does look like it's cleared up a bit, so we shall carry on walking
Well,
around.
we're going to stay up for a while, and we'll see what happens. I mean, we're here now. We've paid €18. We might as well.
I know why she wants to stay up here a while.
So I don't have to get back on that bus. No, I want to. Apparently, there's a restaurant or cafe beside one of the lakes. We couldn't see it in the fog at the moment, but I'm going to find all the wine before I get back on that bus.
Shall we? So the whole language thing for me, I've had muy difícil interactions on the Spanish language, and that just a few moments ago I had a lovely little encounter with a random Spanish lady in a hut selling cheese, and the mic wasn't on so you couldn't hear me, but she understood me and we bought cheese. I think she fleeced us for the cheese, but she understood me.
She said she made it, and it's from the happy cows up here, but we think it might be from the local supermarket.
Yeah. And there's a car over there, someone making a noise that doesn't sound happy at all. But yeah, so unfortunately, my search for language and being understood goes on.
Didn't ever think they could. I'm done with the bad. I need a little bit of good. Settled in the world like everything is new. Stepped on a path that led me straight.
Is it just me, or should we be expecting Julie Andrews at some point? They've come bounding over the hills, giving it some. Happy sheep, happy cows, happy cheese. Rock and roll.
I was down, but things are looking up. I wanna get high on you, caught by surprise by you. Want you to make my heart feel as much as I know.
Is Is she going to get rewarded with the light on the lake?
It's nearly there.
On the lake. This is actually the viewpoint up here where you can apparently see both lakes. And we might just be about to get a tiny, tiny bit of light. But I don't think so.
Oh, so close. You know what? The views, even though it's not perfect, we've got the views, we can see things. Hills and things out that way, mountains.
Hills and things. Come on our vlogs for inspirational, educational chit-chat. All I'm thinking about is I've got a big 10-euro wedge of creamy cow happy cheese.
So close.
So close. In fact, look, it's starting to make the far side of the lake a bit aquamarine. What we came for.
I wanna get high.
So we're on the hoof again. Question is, are we going to be able to see the other lake? Or is it going to be cloudy? There's certainly not going to be any light, that's for sure. We should at least be able to see the lake.
Yay, we can!
Caught by surprise by you.
We got her down again. Gutted though that we were the last people on the bus. We didn't have choice of seats, so I had to stay on the right hand side, and the better views were on the left hand side. But
Whereas I had my eyes closed the
the
whole way.
apart from once when he had to slam on the brakes because he almost hit someone, and she had them closed doubly as much.
I was having to do deep yoga breathing to stop like having a panic attack. It was like being on the worst turbulence on a plane.
It
You can
did.
imagine.
I have never been on a tiny plane flying through India Jungle Airport, obviously, but that's what it reminded me of, because at times you were sort of above the trees, below the trees, all over the place.
They could have been the best thing you will ever see in the world. I'm not going again. Absolutely not. And if you've got any fear of taking your car
Do
or
it.
van somewhere, don't do it. Don't do it. Don't listen to
I
him.
probably wouldn't take the van up there, I must admit. But
No.
anyway, so in regards to a very quick summary, in regards to the lakes, now obviously our experience was sort of impacted a little bit by the weather. But I would say that they're nice. They are nice. If you're going to do it to make the most of the bus ticket, I would park in Kangas to Onís and get the full sort of €9, because it's the same price whether you come from Car Park 4 or Kangas. And then you can kind of stop off at various places as well. And of course you get a free, oh my arm, you get a free roller coaster ride as well out of it. So it's always a bit of a bonus. But yeah, they were good.
They were nice. They were nice, and we
So-
did get a few views. Maybe we've been spoilt because of the beautiful looks in Scotland, and there's beautiful
Very Scottish it was.
lakes in New Zealand and stuff like that. Make up your own mind, basically.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Right guys, well we are going to wander back to the van now. Drive out about an hour to another little area. And over the next couple of days we are going to have a few big driving days ahead of us, because we are heading towards the west coast of Spain and the Galicia province. And that'll be over the next couple of days, just driving and getting there. But Galicia will be a story for the next vlog. So once again, thanks a lot for following along. And until next time from this one,
Relieved to be on firm ground.
see you later guys. Bye.